this is, but it's kind of hot. That's quite big. Impressive.
I can't fucking compete! I just can't fucking compete!
What is good, YouTube? It is your main man, ItzKasuna here, and today I'm finally going to be showing you guys my mage build. Now, you guys have been asking for this for quite a while, and I just haven't really felt like I was ready to reveal it. So I think now is actually a good time to reveal it, because now I feel like we have enough skill points to pretty much acquire every skill you would want in this build. But I digress. Let's get right into it. So jumping right in, we are going to be going with intelligence for our main stat and strength for our secondary stat. And the reason why I choose strength and not, like, say, dexterity or vitality is because strength gets critical damage as well as stability, which are two stats that crit mage generally can benefit the most off of. Stability because you don't want your damage to be fluctuating like too much, and that's generally going to be a problem with mage anyway, but you can kind of minimize that problem with the stability here from strength. And critical damage goes without saying, mage benefits from that, but do know that mage gets half of the critical damage that a physical class would get, so you can actually kind of benefit more from strength in the long run, because you can you won't ever be hitting that soft cap for critical damage. So just know that if you're building critical damage in your gear, it's completely safe with strength as your secondary stat. If we jump into our regislets here, the regislets that I use personally are magic attack boost, extreme concentrate, magic speed boost, attack speed boost, max MP boost, and emergency MP heal. Now for max MP boost and magic speed boost, I just haven't maxed those out. It's kind of tedious maxing out those level 100 star gems, but it's definitely worth it. I would definitely go ahead and max these out if you can. For star gems, you really don't need any star gems, but if I'd have to pick any, I would say magic arrows is pretty convenient, as well as concentrate and assault attack. And then mana recharge for parties where you're, you know, just helping your comrade to get their MP back, you know, because you have int, so that actually makes this regen more MP, in case you didn't know. And Mirage Evasion, just because I didn't want to spend the skill points on Mirage Evasion. A lot of people actually criticize this because it costs 3 star gem, but mage, this build isn't really heavy on star gems, so really it's really your pick on what you're gonna, you know, do as far as star gems are concerned. If we start things out strong here, we're going into our shot skills, and the first skill I'd say is a must-have in this build is long range. If you don't know what long range does, it makes attacks that are able to be used from 8 meters or more stronger. It doesn't matter what range you use those skills at, as long as it can be used from 8 meters, it will get boosted from this skill. Now there are some caveats with this skill, whereas like a play skill such as Satellite Arrow or Magic Crash or Nemesis, those don't get boosted by the skill because they're play skills. You would have to definitely look into which skills get boosted, but for a majority of the skills you'd be using in Mage, they get this boost. So get this skill. In the magic skills, now these are incomplete. Don't get impact level 8, just get it level 7 and go ahead and max out finale if you have extra skill points. I'd say this is low priority. Get it level 1 if you lack the skill points, but as you free up more skill points, definitely start to invest in the finale. And then magic burst is a must-have. Have that at level 10. It's going to be your iframe skill as well as one of your sub-DPS skills. Magic cannon is like your main DPS skill here, and magic crash for my build is like my main DPS skill. And then obviously you get magic mastery. MP charge you can get level 5 if you have the star gem. Get it level 10 if you don't. Chain cast level 5. Power wave. Maximizer is a must-have, and rapid charge is a must-have at level 10, as it gives you 30% magic pierce. And one thing you should know about rapid charge, it doesn't overlap with your 50% magic pierce that you would have in your gear. So say that you have 50% magic pierce in your gear. This caps out at 50%. This will only get you up to 50%. So I'd say if you're going to build magic pierce in your gear, build more than 50%. And if you're not going to build magic pierce, at least build 20% so that you can reach that 50% with rapid charge. In the support skills, you know, we're mage, so there's going to be times where you're pretty much leeching. Get Brave Aura. This is a high priority. I'd say get it. The earlier you can get it after you've gotten your basic DPS skills, the better, because mage is going to be pretty much leech status until you get enough skill points for a lot of these other skills. So just a heads up. This is where mage can feel bottleneck. This skill tree right here, you are investing a lot into this skill tree. If I counted the skill points here, it'd actually be unbelievable, but get critical up. It gives you more critical damage as well as more crit rate. Magic up, concentrate, level 5, desperate resist, level 5. Even if you don't have the star gem, just get this level 5, by the way. Increase energy, get level 10, and you need spell burst if you want to land those critical hits. In the Mononofu skills, you can go ahead and get Shukuchi. I personally don't get it because I don't feel like I need it in this build, but it can be pretty convenient if you do get this skill. Again, another thing that I see some mages doing is getting Flash Blast. This will be your physical proration skill. It lets you inflict some physical proration if you need to, so that your magic can do more damage. I know Kagari uses this skill so that he can boost his magic skills damage. I personally don't get the skill because I use Nemesis for my physical proration skill. But yeah, this can be pretty helpful if you have the extra skill points. I'd say go ahead and get it. This skill isn't really necessary, but I'd still say if you can, just go ahead and get it. It can be pretty convenient to have, but if you don't have access to this skill, there are other skills that you can use to replace this. In our pre-skills, this is another skill tree that can bottleneck you as you're using a lot of skill points here. I'd say you can leave Holy Light at level 5, but I would go ahead and get it at level 10. You can get more damage and more magic pierce in that. This skill has a built-in 10% magic pierce if you didn't know. And then Prayer, I go ahead and get level 10. Holy Book, you can leave at level 5. Although you're using this skill a lot, just get it at level 5. And then Nemesis is going to be one of your sub-DPS skills. Get this at level 10. This is also going to be one of your proration breakers. It'll help you with your prorate, because all of your other skills are inflicting magic prorate. In the magic blade skills, this can be a little bit confusing. A lot of people don't know that you actually still get magic attack and cast speed from this, even if you're not using like a magic warrior build. So I'd say go ahead and get this at level 10 regardless. Any magic build, get this at level 10 pretty much. But yeah. And then conversion, you don't need conversion. You're literally leveling up conversion to get resonance. Get resonance level 10, and you can leave enchanted spell at level 0. But it's pretty convenient to have it at level 10. So I'd say this is really your decision if you want to get enchanted spell at level 10. Element slash, get level 10, please. This is like the most important skill in the mage kit. And I hate to say it, but this skill deals magic prorate. You know what? I'm not even gonna rant. I'm not even gonna rant about this skill. If I do rant, I'll just put text on the screen. This skill, it's so trash, and yet it's the most important skill in your build. So get it. In halberd skills, go ahead and get Godspeed Wield. Mage needs motion too. I know a lot of people think that mage doesn't, but it does. You benefit from the motion speed, so go ahead and get Godspeed Wield. What are you doing with your life? And last but not least, we have Familia. Familia will be your extra magic attack gain. Now, at the current level cap, I think you get 65 magic attack from this, which is very, very helpful. And then you get 300 max MP, as well as you get 50% additional magic, I think. I almost said melee, it's additional magic, which this will help you stack Nemesis in the long term. So go ahead and get this skill. Overall, this build uses 346 skill points. This means that you need some emblems to get a lot of these skill points. I think roughly 15 of these skill points are emblem skill points. So if you don't have those 15 skill points, I'll tell you what you can skip now. I know we were just here, but if you need these extra skill points, you can go ahead and skip Familia. This is a low priority, but it's just a quality of life thing. So if you don't want to skip this, there's other things you can skip. Again, I already said it, but you can go ahead and skip Enchanted Spell. And if you really, really need the skill points, you can go ahead and leave Resonance at level 5 or level 1 if you just need it for the MP regen. Now, generally for Mage, combos can be hit or miss because you're pretty much going to need different combos depending on the scenario. So I'd say just a general heads up is these combos will not work at every boss. Sometimes you'll have to shorten them, sometimes you'll have to make them longer, sometimes you'll have to remove things from the combo, such as with this combo. I use Ether Flare here for most bosses, but sometimes you're gonna want Element Slash, and vice versa. So our first combo here is Ad-Lib, Magic Cannon, and Finale. Now we're smiting the Magic Cannon here. This is for your opener combo in like a solo, so that you can just use Magic Cannon as a manual cast skill if you ever really need to. That's what this combo is for, pretty much. This will be your opener combo in parties, Nemesis, Magic Cannon, Prayer, and you're getting Magic Cannon charge off of these two skills. If you don't want to go through the hassle of Prayer and say like a fast skill, you can switch that out for Javelin or Magic Arrows. And then, again, for this combo, it's hit or miss because you can either have Ether Flare as the opener here with Element Slash as the ender, or you can just go with, you know, a combo like this. Either way works. It's all about it's all about your entire rotation rhythm. And then this will be your Magic Cannon combo. Now, I know this is a really long combo, which is why I say this combo is definitely not a one thing beats all type of deal. Pretty much, in solo, you're getting rid of this entire second part of your combo. And you're just having Nemesis right here, and you're gonna have a Finale ender. But in like a fast kill, this is gonna be your Magic Cannon combo. You have Nemesis right before Magic Cannon, so you can get that physical duration here. And then in solo, this will be one of your sub-DPS combos. Even in parties, this can be a good sub-DPS. Okay, so for gear, Mage, it's pretty important to have Element Awakened weapons because you need the element so that you can get those critical hits on those weaken skills. The reason why is because the way that weaken works is when you weaken the enemy, the effective element against that enemy will it won't always crit, it'll get a boosted critical hit rate. So for 2-slotted staffs, go for Oculus Signal or Armor Sight. For 1 slot, go for Armor Sight. Make sure you get the elemental sub weapons that correspond with that boss as well. For DTE armor, I personally choose intelligence % instead of critical damage, but critical damage also works just fine. I go for intelligence % because there's going to be situations where you're not always critting. Keep in mind, Mage has god-awful crit rate, so there's going to be situations where you're not critting, so intelligence will actually benefit a little bit more than critical damage in those situations. But generally speaking, critical damage will be better when you are critting. For crystals, go with Evil Shadow and Sibularies. If you can't get Sibularies, then go ahead and get Black Shadow. Either or, both work. For your additional gear, you have various different options. I'd say the main option I would go with is Magical Stole. I'll show the other options on screen. For crystals, for your additional, go with Stellar Ooze and Underwater Ruins Muster. Stellar Ooze gives you 20 critical rate as well as 1000 cast speed. Underwater Ruins Muster is giving you a hefty amount of magic attack as well as some critical damage. For your ring crystals and for your ring, I'd say go with Stump Drum. Stump Drum giving you that precious 25 critical rate as well as a little bit more HP. And just know that it's giving you aggro as well. So if you're using Finale at all in this build, that can be a little bit deadly. but generally you're not using Finale, so it should be fine. For crystals, go with Star Wizard and Black Shadow. If you can't afford Star Wizard, then go with Guard Golem. For avatar stats, I would go with avatars that give you critical damage, cast speed, or magic pierce. All of the above work just fine, but just know again, if you aren't above that 50% magic pierce threshold, then it won't really help to have magic pierce in your avatars. So I personally went with DTE avatars and critical damage avatars and the likes. Anyways, to wrap things up, hopefully you guys found something in this video helpful. Maybe it helped you make your build, maybe it helped you understand Mage a little bit more. Whatever it may have done, hopefully it helped. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. Anyways, you guys have a good one.